Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today we're carrying on with the Millennium Falcon. We have 36 to 38. There's a fair bit more to do in these three issues than the last three. Here we have the frame from last three. We'll be adding on to this, but we still won't be attaching it to the rest of the hull frame, the lower hull frame that is. But we've also got some painting because we're going to be doing the ramp. Whoopie-doo, yes. Medium grey I believe it is. Yep, so I'll be getting the airbrush out and making that up basically. I think the ramp is hinged as well, but I don't think we colour the hinge. But anyway, let me know what colours you've been using for the ramp. I've got a medium grey and I've already used it once on one part of the Falcon. Remember the panel, it was black in the background and it was grey in the foreground. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it because I can't remember exactly which grey it was. But anyway, let's start with stage 36. Okay, now stage 36, let's have a look at the magazine. We have the Arc 170 Starfighter. That's an excellent read. Disadvantages and advantages of that aircraft, or spacecraft I should say. And concussion missiles, two different types. Used by the Falcon, there we go. Destroying that part of the Death Star. And your next parts, extend the ramp subframe with part of the mounting for the drive motor. In addition to the parts you need for this stage, you have received another section of plating for the underside of the hull, which has a recess for mounting the optional landing gear. This part of the hull plating extends between the mandibles over the area where the concussion missiles are mounted. There are also some small external details that will be added to the panel, so keep all the unused components until later on. Components checklist: hull frame BF5 and 6, hull plating BP28, a 2-hole connector, and 5, 6, 7, 8 are plans on detail. So we're going to be assembling, yeah, you can see the subframes. So basically we're just adding on to this little boy just here. Excellent. And that is it. So let's get the parts. There we go, those are the parts. So let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are what we've received in this issue. These will fit, I think in 37 if not 38, these parts. Going to the front there, we've got some strips here, these two strips to pop into place, but we'll do that later. So pop them to one side. We need these and we need this, what we put together in 35, and basically these will go something like, yeah, they will go on there anyway, like that, and that one will go onto there, like so. Yep, I need to get some screws. Okay, I've got the black screws, and we do need a 2-hole connector as well. So first of all, we shall pop BF05, I think it is, this one into place. We'll go just here. There we go. Now I need this 2-hole connector just here. There we go, brilliant. And then this piece, BF06 it should be, which it is, will go here. There we go, there's BF05 and BF06 in place. Looking just like that. Looking super cool. Excellent. So that is basically stage 36 completed. Let's move on to stage 37. Okay, now we have stage 37. Let's open the magazine. Storm 4 Twin Pod. Cloud car. That makes me laugh, that. I don't know, I'm just silly at times. And here we have the boarding ramp. Yeah. I think there's something to do with, what is it, Lando Calrissian. Yeah, and his pods up in the Cloud City, I think it was. Anyway, boarding ramps. There's our Han. Yeah, you can see the boarding ramp there. Yeah, here it is. So this is what we're hopefully going to be working on today. We will need to weather it up as well as. But we've got assembling the bottom frames as well. Yeah. Yeah, looks like we're going to be extending that radial rib. Getting the other parts on. There we go. And then we've got detailing the hull panel BP28. yeah, what we received in 36. So that's after we've got the frame together. Yeah, there we go, we've got these details to pop into place. So we'll do the ramp in 38. There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts on. Okay, so those are the parts. So we have a components checklist. Hull frame BF7 and 8, hull plating BP13, 2-hole connector ×4, rib connector, radial stiffening rib, fixing screws 7, 8 and 9, LED lights and wiring. Oh, there we go, LED. I hope that works. Excellent. And I was just saying to myself I need some more of these black button screws. Anyway, let's get the frame together. Okay, so again we need this piece that we fitted earlier. We need to pop this connector on there. We need to get a couple of these brass screws to keep this in place, and then we need to put that radial rib in there like so and screw that together. So yeah, we need 4 of these brass screws. I think we'll do this from this side. Excellent. Move them, pop that there, just push it through, line up the holes, and another couple of these brass screws. There we go, that's that radial rib extended now. Now we need a black screw here. Excellent. Right, now we need one of these pieces. We need BF07, which is this piece. That will go there like that. We have got some 2-hole connectors, so I would imagine we'll put one here. That's right, up to now. Looks cool anyway. Okay, so we need 3 of these 2-hole connectors, because we've got to flip this over and we've got to pop one here, here and here. The others are on the other side. So this is different. Anyway, let's get this one into place. Just here. There we go. Let gravity do its bit for you. That was a tight fit, that one. So we need another 2-hole connector here. There we go. And then we just need this piece, which will go like that. There we go. You can see the mark there for the 2-hole connector. You can see where one fits. There we go. There's that frame completed for now. Looking excellent. So we got 3 2-hole connectors on this side, and what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, we got quite a few knocking about, to be honest, on this side, and we got the 4-hole connectors there as well. Yeah, so that's different. Anyway, brilliant. Right, let's move on. Now we need detailing the hull panel BP28. Yep. So basically, we're pulling these pieces on. Yeah, those 2 round ones going there and there. That I'll have to find out where that goes in a minute. But first of all, we need these strips. Now, obviously, these strips will only go on one way because they've got an angled edge. That will go on. Onto there. That way. Oh, that way. Yeah. It's got. There we go. That fits better like that. It's got some little notches on the back of it. There, and there. So this one will go on here, like I'm just showing you, that one goes on there. So I basically need to get these glued into place. So we can pop this piece on first. I'll put some glue on there and along there. It will only go on one way, and that is now in place. Cool. Might want to clamp it. I think I need a bit more there. There we go, that one's clamped. Yep, so that should set nice and bonny. Right, we can get the other side on now. Found it easy just to run along with the glue actually. I tried to spot glue it, but as you saw, it came off as it would. Right, let's get this piece into place. That goes just there, like that. Right, I'll get this clamped now. There we go, just give that a minute to set. Okay, up there set. Now we can pop this piece on. Yeah, there we go. It has got some glue on it already on them pegs. So that's, yeah, that's stuck itself down nicely. Now we just need these off the sprue. Make sure there's no excess on the back of them. No, they're alright. So that will go onto there. And that one onto there. Like so. And then this piece will go on to there. So I'll get these glued in place and show you. There we go. That's them 3 pieces in place. Excellent. So that's all we do with BP28. Brilliant stuff. Looking cool. Can't wait to get it painted. Let's move on to stage 38. Okay, now we have stage 38. You have the Sentinel class landing craft, Imperial Troop Transport. Oh, lovely Stormtrooper. Yeah, I won't mind a Stormtrooper outfit actually. I have got my, what is it? My N-Saber lightsaber. Yeah, I was thinking of being Obi-Wan Kenobi one day. And your next parts, components checklist, ramp seal left and right, ramp extension hinge, ramp hinge mount, ramp hinge arms, ramp hinge plates, outer hydraulic rams, outer hydraulic cylinders, outer hydraulic mounts, inner hydraulic rams, cylinders and mounts, ramp pivot 1 on sprue, ramp pivots 4 on sprue, ramp pivot pins ×4 plus spare. Ooh, lovely, lovely. Now we've got to put that lighting piece into place first. Just there. Yeah, where is it? Yeah. Hopefully it'll stick down alright and stay down. Yeah. Get that into place. And then we prepare the ramp and assembling the hinge. We got some thread lock. I haven't got any thread lock. I'll have to get some of that later. Yeah, and then here they've painted. There you can see the ramp. Looks a bit rough though because it's done with a brush. I think I'll get the airbrush on that one. Yeah, and it's hinged anyway. This completes the ramp assembly. Ooh, and then we got repulsor lifts. How repulsor lifts work? I'll have to read that later. Excellent. Anyway, right, let's get the parts. There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, so now we need to pop the light through that gap just there, like that. Leave the wiring as it is, and then we just need to peel the backing off and to pop this into place. There we go. Got it off finally. Right, pop that there. Get this lined up just there, I believe, like that. Okay. So that's the first part that we do. I don't think I've got a tester for this to connect that. I'll have to have a look, but I don't think I have. Right, okay. That looks cool there anyway. If I have, I'll show you later anyway how it is. Right, let's move on to the rest of the build. Okay, let's carry on with the rest of the build. We'll get the parts out. So there we go, those are all the parts. We won't need a lot of these parts. We will need them, and the hinges. Not sure about the small pins yet, but these parts we won't need, so we can pop them to one side, keep them safe. We do need to paint here. We've got the hinge part here. That will eventually go up there like that. Where's the other piece go? And this piece will go over the top, and that will create the hinge for us like that. But I need to paint these. That will eventually go like that. Excellent. And that piece will go here and here. But I do need to paint, and I have got some medium sea grey Tamiya XF83. So I think I'll use that. It looks good enough. There we go, there's the ramp all masked off. There we go, I've used liquid Vallejo masking. There we go, let's cover that spot in the middle there. Yeah, pop that to one side and we'll get on with the painting in a minute. Gonna let that Vallejo liquid mask to set. Whilst that is setting, pop these to one side and we can get on with creating the hinge for the ramp. Okay, we don't need the pins. We'll pop them to one side. What we do need are these two pieces. That will go there like that. We use the black button screws to secure this to there. Two of them. So I'll hold that there. I'll put a little bit of oil on this one. There we go. There's that hinge in place. I think that's how that should be. There we go, like that. I thought I had it wrong way around then. Just got to flip it around there like that. I don't know. Yeah, quite fiddler out. We'll put that onto the ramp when I finish painting it. Nearly there, just drying it off with the aid of a lamp. There we go, that's the ramp painted. And them two pieces as well, both sides obviously. There we go. And the hinge will fit the hinge in a minute or two. Now we need to pop these into place. I believe that goes there like so. And then this will go over the top. Get the right way around. Like that, capturing that like so. I need to glue them. There we go, glued them two together now. Yeah, best let it set for a minute or two. Okay, now we got the ramp seals, which will go here and here. We just need a little bit of super glue into here, around there, and around here. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, put that just there. And get it lined up. That goes there, just like that. You can see that piece now is set. Brilliant stuff. Looking cool, that. Okay, now we're ready to pop the ramp, oh dear, into BP13. That will go like that, just like that. So now we need the hinge. Which will fit. Let's see, press that down, get them for there, and then for there, just like that. And we need these little flange screws, 8 of these. There we go, that's all 8 in place. The ramp, yeah, bows down, brilliant. There we go, there's the ramp in place, excellent. Folds up nicely. Yeah, it's not too stiff that either. I do need some thread lock though, because those screws will probably come loose, but anyway. I am going to be having this ramp down permanently, I think. Anyway, there we go. That is it. For 36 to 38. Looking cool. So there we go, folks. There's the ramp, there's the frame. That looks pretty cool, does it not? I'm pretty chuffed with that painting as well. Yeah. I think I might have to rough it up a little bit. Yeah. There's also somebody's walked on it. We'll need that, won't we? Oh, it does come down there. There we go, it does naturally fall. Yeah, I didn't think it would before. But anyway, that is looking cool. Great. So there we go, folks. There's the ramp. Yeah, that little piece. Yeah, it should fall down. Yeah, there we go. Falls in naturally now. That's looking pretty cool, is it not? I do like that. There's the other side of it as well. There we go, that's better. That's better, that's focusing great. So that's the other side of the ramp. And there we have the ramp. Yeah, with a hinge. Yeah. Mid-C grade to my XF83 I think I used. Gotta wait for the cameras. There's that frame with the light on it as well. Excellent stuff. Yeah, that was a lot more interesting than just doing a frame. Popping that ramp into place and painting it up, that looks pretty cool. I did enjoy doing that very, very much. But yeah, I want to get this in place now. I haven't got a power supply to check the lighting, so I might have to see if I can pop a couple of pins in there and get a button battery on it to see if it works alright. Yeah, that'll probably work. But anyway, there we go. That is it for this month for the Millennium Falcon. I really enjoyed this month. I hope you have too. So if you do like this, give us a nice big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And hopefully I'll see you next month. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.